What's going, guys? Here we go, another episode of Fantasy Football Free for All. I'm here with my buddy Will. My lustful. Wow, we're not going that far. We're not that tight. I mean, we're tight, but we're not that tight.
What a weekend!
Whoa.
We really progressed this weekend.
Yeah, this weekend was. I'm not talking about this weekend because it was a weekend to remember. But
I know, right?
Yep. Here we are with another episode of Fantasy Football Free for All, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the good old AFC East. The division that I really do believe is going to go all the way down to the wire. It is going to be interesting. There's no set guarantee team that is going to run this division. It is pretty interesting division. I don't think anyone can really predict. I don't even think Vegas has anyone as a surefire win. I think Vegas has Buffalo and New England both at 9 wins.
9.5 wins.
So 9.5. Yeah.
Yep.
So
And I think that we're going to really see, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick both want to establish their legacy separate from each other.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is the year for Bill Belichick to step out of those shadows. If Bill Belichick makes it to the playoffs with this roster, I'm going to be all hail Bill Belichick. Because
yes, I will agree.
This roster, we'll go through it, but there is a talent gap.
That's right. And
so,
side note, how do you drink your coffee?
Black.
Oh, me too. Beautiful.
Yep.
There's no creamer in this. Look how dark that sucker is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. There it is.
No need for any extra sugar for me. So we will hop in on the Buffalo Bills. Then we will go to the New York Jets, Miami Dolphins, and finish it up with the potential dumpster fire that is the New England Patriots. So when we're hopping in to the Buffalo Bills, we've got a quarterback. Obviously, you've got Josh Allen. I think that we saw last year that that he needs some development in crunch time. He is a great redraft option. I believe he is a top 10 quarterback at the position, but he is not in the same kind of top 5 area. His running yards are very valuable, but that precision, it leaves something to be desired. He looked like a rookie in the playoffs last year, even though he was a sophomore year player. What are your thoughts on Josh Allen?
Oh, I like Josh Allen. If I am not playing heavy quarterback, which I usually don't, for draft positions, and I'm already good with running backs, I got my stud wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, and I'm sitting here now like, okay, go after and go after the quarterback position. And it's around, I would say, 8 through 10, and Josh Allen's still on the board. I would pick him up so fast.
Yeah, 8 through 10, I'm 100% good with it. I just think that Josh Allen is certainly not someone you're going to reach for before round 8. Now, when we're transitioning to this running back group is really, really difficult. They have no more Frank Gore. So they are sitting with Devin Singletary and Zach Moss and TJ Yeldon. Mm-hmm. So Devin Singletary was a really solid player last year, had really high quality touches, but he is getting vultured at the goal line. When they signed Zach Moss, essentially what they said is, Devin Singletary, you're never seeing the goal line again.
That's right. He's getting robbed every time.
Yep, Devin Singletary is going to have yards from in the center of the field and a couple of passing options. Devin Singletary, for me, is a late round running back. I am not touching Devin Singletary before round 6. And if I'm taking him, I'm also targeting Zach Moss in the late rounds.
Yeah,
10, 12. Because I think there's a shot that Zach Moss steals Devin Singletary's job.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That is a statement for you. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, so he's going at around running back 22. Do you think that's a accurate
I think
spot?
That might be a little high. Devin Singletary's good, and that's what makes this stink. But I think this offense it evolved in the offseason with signing of Stephon Diggs, the drafting of Zach Moss. I just think that they're trying to go away from the ground and pound. They're gonna do this wildcat-ish offense, and Josh Allen's gonna have to throw the ball more he's now got 3 solid receivers. It's just, it blows my mind. I don't understand why they drafted Zach Moss, but clearly they thought there was a gap there, and I don't know if I'll have any shares of Devin Singletary this year unless he falls late.
Okay, so
at 22.
Yep, 22. So you said round 6, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so at round 6, if you're looking at James Conner, Devin Singletary, DeAndre Swift, and Jonathan Taylor, who are you taking?
James Conner. All day. I think that he has the potential to be a bell cow back.
As long as he doesn't
where
get
Devin
hurt.
Singletary, I think this could very well be the year he is relegated to a third down back. Mm-hmm. And that stinks because we just started to see what he could do last year. Yep. And they're just cutting him at the knees.
Yep, I agree.
I don't think TJ Yeldon, Patrick DeMarco, or Tywan Jones.
No.
None of those have a whole lot of value to me. TJ Yeldon may get, 2 to 4 touches a game if he makes the roster.
There have to be massive injury problems with the other two.
Now, I don't think they're going to put the ball in Zach Moss's hands entirely if Devin Singletary goes down. So TJ Yeldon becomes a handcuff at that point. TJ Yeldon's had some good years. He can catch out of the backfield. We saw that in Jacksonville. I don't think he's a bad safety blanket, but he is a do not draft. Pick him up in waivers if you need it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so the wide receiver core. We have Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis, Isaiah McKenzie, John Brown, Andre Roberts, and Robert Foster.
And Cole Beasley.
Wow, I forgot about the good old flex man himself, Cole Beasley. So, Stephon Diggs comes over to Buffalo from the Vikings, your beloved Vikings.
Yep.
He'll be sadly missed, I'm sure.
Yep. Yep.
And so
he is a talent. It was just ready for him. He needed to move on.
So
he needs to be the number one somewhere.
Right. So
and he wasn't going to get
funny stats. Stephon Diggs last year had almost 10 was on pace for an average of 10 receptions a game or something ridiculous like that. He comes over to Buffalo, and now you have John Brown, who was the starlight of last year. Cole Beasley, third option pretty much in the passing game. Do you see Stephon Diggs' fantasy value, though, going down now that he's over in Buffalo?
Oh, absolutely. So the problem here is that Stephon Diggs and John Brown are both, I think they're very similar players. Mm-hmm. And I think John Brown might actually be a better receiver than Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, I could see him in the stretch plays, downfield.
Yep.
Hitting the home run play. Stephon Diggs is more of the dump off, second option, quick curls option, hot route, like break off for blitz plays and all that jazz. So
John Brown is going to be one of my sleepers this year. People are really down on him because of the signing of Stephon Diggs. And in weeks 1 through 4, I think that he will see a marked decrease. But I think in weeks 5 through the remainder of the season, they're going to know what they have in Stephon Diggs. And they're going to realize that he needs to line up in the slot or he's going to be, a slant. And they're going to blow the lid off the defense with John Brown. And I think John Brown's going to see, those touchdowns and the yards. And I think that he and Josh Allen have a better rapport than the coaching staff realize. So John Brown, I am targeting John Brown in the 7th, 8th, 9th round.
Yeah. Okay, so get some stats for you. Stephon Diggs right now is ranked wide receiver 30. His fellow companions around him are Tyler Boyd, AJ Green, Stephon Diggs, Deebo Samuels. Do you still take Stephon Diggs with that group around?
AJ Green is really interesting to me this year. I think Joe Burrow knows how to huck the ball. Mm-hmm. I think AJ Green also had an entire year off. And for a wide receiver, that's huge. Now, AJ Green's also 32. So there's some question marks, but I think I don't think I'm taking Stephon Diggs. I don't think I'll have shares of Stephon Diggs this year. I think there are too many question marks, and especially with who's around him, I think there's some better value.
Right. Yeah, I agree with the AJ Green comment, definitely. And then with John Brown, he's going at wide receiver 48, way further down the list. And his companions are people like Emmanuel Sanders, Darius Slayton, Robbie Anderson.
He is going to be mine.
John Brown's going to be yours?
John Brown is mine.
What round is it? What round do you pull the trigger? As soon as this round hits and he's still on the board, you're pulling the trigger.
8.
Okay.
I think that 6, 7, 8 is where you see the biggest drop off in your pedigree talent. The folks around him, Darius Slayton's nothing to write home about. Robbie Anderson, we'll get into it here next. If I had any faith in the quarterback of the Jets, Robbie Anderson's a huge, awesome talent, but I don't. So
you mean at Carolina?
Oh, is Robbie Anderson in Carolina now?
Yes. Robbie Anderson is over in Carolina, which is why the DJ
Teddy
Moore
two gloves.
Right, the DJ Moore people are like, okay, well then DJ Moore repeat his 1,000-yard performance, 1,100 and change. But
all right, let's back it up here.
Yeah,
Robbie Anderson is interesting, but John Brown is still...
I agree with you. I don't think anybody else in that group. Emmanuel Sanders over in the Saints, no thanks. Darius Slayton over with the Giants, no. Robbie Anderson in Carolina, and Preston Williams might be interesting as long as he stays healthy. He's wide receiver 44, so he's close.
I like Ryan Fitzpatrick, but the problem is they're going to rush Tua. Mm-hmm. And so I think that you're going to see... look what happened in Washington last year, where they rushed their quarterback. It was a slaughterhouse, and I think Miami's going to do the same thing, and they're going to say, okay, Tua's ready. And then that offensive line isn't going to be developed enough, and he's just going to get jacked up. Mm-hmm. But all right. Yeah. So I think the only player of not tight end, Dawson Knox, I think is interesting. But again, this is a not draft. This is a waiver. Dawson Knox is a physical specimen, but he's also in the 27th slot on your
tight end 27
tight end, so don't waste a draft pick.
So funny enough, if you guys are in a auction league, he's actually worth $0. That's how much value you'll get out of him. He should be free.
Where you should be.
He should be free. You should be paying nothing. If you want to go in the Dawson Knox bandwagon, you should be paying $0. So
0. So.
And then what do you feel about the defense over in Buffalo? I think they're easily...
I think it's much improved.
I think they're easily top 5. I could argue top 3. They... Oh my gosh, they are just a disgustingly sick core over there in the D. I'm trying to think of somebody who absolutely stands off the page.
Defense, the Buffalo Bills defense is... I think that it's top 10. Right now it's sitting at the 8th out of the 32. But I also think that you should not be drafting a defense any round before 14.
Oh, I'm not touching any defense until the second to last, because last is kickers.
Yes, I agree. Well, 14 is the third from last. So I agree. I think that there's too much value out there. And the D doesn't have that much value. It doesn't change of a fantasy winning team to a fantasy losing team. You're going to see that at quarterback. You're going to see that at the skill positions. You're not going to see that at kicker and defense. So don't waste your pick.